Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you a bit more of my SS America Australis collection. I haven't got a lot out this time as that I'm a bit pressed for time. They've pre-arranged commitments and so forth, but I had an urge to make a video, so I'll get on with it and show you some of the things I have. Now the first thing I have, you might have noticed, this is an original vinyl record that was originally sold on the ship when she was the Australis of the Chandris line. I have played it a few times, not many, but here you go, you can see it says Chandris Line's SS Australis, a souvenir of your Chandris Line's cruise 1967. I won't get the actual record out because I don't want to damage it, but that's one item. I do apologise if there are any sounds in the background. I live with a family, so I can't really stop what they're doing and that, but I'll press on anyway. Over here, this is from the SS America, from her original period as a transatlantic liner. These are copies of the Ocean Press, an onboard newspaper that was sold on board the ship. Let's see if I can open one, for example. This was, let's see if I can find a date, Wednesday, May 22nd, 1963. So this was just before the America was pulled from service by United States Lines, and she was then sold to the Greeks, if you know your history. Basically this just shows what has been going on all over the world at that time, and that it's basically a daily news report, and I think this is like a notice for things going on board the ship and that. Don't know if you can all read that, but yes, there's one. I'll see if I can. I have got quite a lot of these, so I won't show all of them, I'd say. This must have been a few days later, I think. I got these a while ago when I was surfing like eBay and so forth, finding bits and pieces from the ship and that. I don't know who owned these originally, but I imagine someone who was a passenger on the ship, because it looks like, yeah, this must have been what's this? Voyage 281. That does make sense, because I think the America did something like 288 Atlantic crossings from 1946 to 1964, so it would make sense that this was just before she was pulled from service. Oops, sorry, there we go. There's quite a lot of these, so I'll just I'll give you a flick through. So this is about as old as my mum's sister, I'd say. My mum was born in 61, and yeah. Sorry if I have a slightly funny voice at the moment. I might have a slight bit of a cold, but I'm determined. I will press on despite this. So that's the Onboard newspapers and that from America. Here's something else I believe was from the SS America. It's like a souvenir picture frame. I can't remember exactly where I got it from, but I assume that it was, or is, I'd say, an original item, as that it looks like something from that period and that, and oh yeah, the picture, that's not original. I put that in there just to well, give it some use of sorts, I guess. Still looks nice though. It's like a life ring, shaped like a life ring that has 2 American flags and says SS America, which is a nice feature. So if anyone else has this, you can understand why I say that. Oh yeah, 2 things here. Some more stuff from the SS Australis. I'll leave the book last, as that this one is quite significant in many ways, but I'll show you this next. It's a deck plan. I don't know if I can open it whilst filming it. Hey, I might have to open it, sort it out, and I'll come back to film it. Give me a second. So here's the plan folded out and so forth. This is one of several that I have in my collection. This is not exactly like the standard deck plans that they provided for passengers and that. I think if I can I don't know if you can read this. It says cruise accommodation plan. So I suspect that this was when on a few occasions the ship was used for cruising, though the Australis was primarily used as a migrant carrier on the Europe to Australia service. But yes, it is a bit, well, worse for wear, but still a nice wear piece to have. And oh yeah, if I can have a look, I should be able to find. Oh yeah, this was one of those cabins. Was where my cabin key came from. If you remember the last video that I did that, I think it's this one, cabin 1236. I'm sure it was. I could be wrong, but memory isn't always reliable, so that's why I have to re-jog it from time to time. But there's a nice side-on view of the ship, and all the different decks are featured here, and the ones that are in red, and that the cabins, the ones that are marked out in red, it should say over here, it should say cabins printed in red have private facilities. So if you wanted a cabin that had private facilities, it would be one of those ones. But yeah, another a nice item from the Australis. I have to put this away again. I can show you the last item I have. And now we are on the last item of this video. Now this is quite an historic artifact, because this book, I know what you're going to say at first. What is it? What's it got to do with the SS America, Australis, so forth? Well, believe it or not, if I put this down and open it, this is an actual book that was from the library on board the ship. And how do I know that that is the case? Well, if you look, it is stamped with the ship's name, SS Australis. Yeah, this is an original book. And if we look in here, you can see the book's title, Live Music to Eternity, which sounds rather interesting. And it seems to be signed by someone. I suspect it could be the author of the book, if you can see who it's written by. Dated, I think it says the 25th of May 1977. Sorry if I can't read it exactly, because they did write rather funny back in those days. I think that says give my compliment to the SS Australis, and signed by the author. It's quite an old book, this. I don't read it because it's obviously, well, not my sort of thing and that, but I only have it because it's an artifact from the ship, and that looks like the author, I think. But yeah, this book is actually quite interesting. Apparently, according to the seller that I got this from, this was actually recovered from the wreck of the ship, the American Star. And apparently he did have several more books that he had found whilst on board the wreck, but I've only been able to get this one, and that for, well, reasons, and that I couldn't afford all of them, you know, and apart from that, where would I put them? So I've only got this one, but it's still quite an interesting find, really, because I mean, this was from the library on board the ship. Imagine the years that it has been sitting on the shelf and that, and from time to time people, you know, borrowing it to read and so forth. countless voyages and that. It must have been on board the ship in its like final years, when it was like, for example, when it was laid up in Greece and eventually wrecked off the Canary Islands. So to have something like this is quite it's quite unique, I'd say. But anyway, that's about all that I can show as of today. But I'll try and show more of my collection at some stage. Maybe before the new year or after, I'm not so sure. But I hope you all enjoyed this glimpse into the past, and I hope to see you on board the ship again soon. Okay, bye.